Hello and welcome to Whitman Hanson Community News. I'm Eric Dresser, the Executive Director of Whitman Hanson Community Access, and your host for today's show. Now let's have a look at what's coming up on this episode of WHCN. A showcase of the recent upgrades made to WHCA's government meeting coverage production equipment. The second annual Hansen Pto Polar Plunge. A tour of the Good Neighbor Thrift store at the Whitman United Methodist Church. And a library plaque dedication at the Hanson Public Library. First, WHCA's Carol Brewster brings us the sights and sounds from the recent Vets Breakfast at the Hanson Senior Center.
On November 7th, the Friends of the Hanson Multi-Service Senior Center sponsored the annual Veterans Breakfast. It was the first hosted by Timothy White, Hanson's new Veterans Service Officer.
Many of you in this room have had incredible life experiences and are truly heroes and quietly go about living your life. You receive little fanfare, events in history which you have lived through, participated in, things that you have experienced that your families may not even know about. In my role as the Veteran Service Officer for the town of Hanson, it is truly eye-opening to know so many incredible people and their personal stories. I'd like to take a moment to recognize a guest today, United States Marine William Bill Hooker. Bill is a Vietnam veteran, a recipient of 2 Purple Hearts. He's a member and vice president of the Jarheads Motorcycle Club, which is a Marine outfit. He was riding in Randolph, New Hampshire with his Marine brothers and wives on June 21st, the day of that horrific accident on the highway that killed 7 of their group. I'm sure you all remember it. Bill, on behalf of your brother and sister veterans and the town of Hanson, I wanted to pass on our condolences to you and the Jarhead Motorcycle Club. Thank you for your service and your continued service to veteran causes. Bill, would you like to come to the podium to say a few words?
I just wanted to let you know what we do and what we stand for. We're a Marine motorcycle club. We are a nonprofit organization, a 501c3, and the money we take in from benefits and raffles and stuff like that goes back out to the veterans. This is what we do. We're the good guys. We're not the crazy ones.
Could you light the candle on the missing man table, please? Thank you. As you all entered the dining area, you may have noticed the table at the front of the room. It is reserved to honor our missing comrades in arms and shipmates. Our shipmates who went out by sea and air, but did not come back. Shipmates who left behind loved ones, mothers, husbands, wives, children, families who might never know how or where their loved ones made the supreme sacrifice. We also honor and remember the thousands of Americans who suffered and died in the hands of the enemy as a prisoner of war. There are nearly 87,000 Americans, members of the Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, and Coast Guard who remain unaccounted for from the wars, hot and cold, fought by America in the last 100 years. Some here in this room were very young when they were sent into harm's way by their country and returned to their loved ones. Those who have served and those currently serving will never forget. Indeed, all Americans should never forget the brave men and women who answered the call to serve.
Thank you to all of our veterans for your service. Thank you, Tim, for a very touching, very fitting tribute this morning. Days like this are important to recognize the sacrifices that our veterans have made, but it's also important that we back up those symbols with actual programs and support. And I want to make sure that everyone here is aware that we're a resource for you. Tim here in Hanson, myself as your state representative, and Senator Brady. If you need assistance with any veterans-related issues, our door is always open, and we hope you will contact us if we can help. We're fortunate Massachusetts does have a very strong series of benefits for our veterans, and we want to make sure that all of you are taking advantage of those benefits that you so rightly and justly earned. So please don't be shy about reaching out to us if we can be of any assistance, and especially to Tim, who does a fantastic job as our veterans agent here in Hanson.
I'd like to thank Mary Collins and the Senior Center for hosting us again. Every year it's awesome. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Carol. We now go to WHCA Operations Coordinator Ryan Tully, who brings us a tour of the new equipment recently installed at the Hanson and Whitman Town Halls, bringing you the best in regular government meeting coverage.
At the tail end of 2019, in both Whitman and Hanson's town halls, Whitman Hansen Community Access installed state-of-the-art brand new video production equipment. New workstations were constructed in each selectman's room to optimize the space and give a more aesthetically pleasing look. The centerpiece for each town's new video system is the Panasonic AV-HLC video switcher. This video switcher controls 4 robotic Panasonic high-definition cameras. The equipment operator is able to control camera positions, title graphics, as well as audio, all from one piece of equipment. Tied into the video switcher system are ceiling-mounted projectors, along with pull-down screens. This allows people at home to be able to see presentations that are being given in the room live, full screen and high definition. Here are some before and after video clips to show the improvement in quality the new system provides. We hope that members in each community enjoy the quality of the new video systems, whether they're viewing from home or live in the room. I'm Ryan Tully reporting from WHCN. Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. We now return to Carol Brewster, who brings us another really cool event, the Hansen Pto Polar Plunge.
On January 26th, the Hansen Pto held its second annual Polar Plunge. Bob Hayes, chairman of the Whitman-Hanson Regional School Committee, interviewed Melissa Valakchovic, president of the Hansen Pto.
Good morning and welcome to Polar Plunge 2020. Second year, awesome day. As you can see, the fire department is doing the prep work. The ice seems to be about 4 to 5 inches thick, and they're cutting it. I'm here with president of Hansen Pto and event organizer Melissa Valkovich. Congratulations. Second time, 2020. What are you thinking?
Much easier this year. I'm much more relaxed today. Last year I was sort of a chicken with my head cut off, but this year, we went back to the same people who supported us last year. Everybody was on board and everything just came together very nicely and very smoothly this morning especially. So we're ready. We're ready for our plungers. We're ready for our spectators.
Well, it's an amazing feat. We just had an over-under bet whether Robbie O'Brien from the fire department was going to fall through the ice, and he did. Saw and all, right through the ice. So we've got a good start here going on. It's a balmy day. It's about 38 degrees. The wind's blowing a few miles an hour. It's going to be chilly for the plungers. Hopefully the sun will come out.
Yeah, Mother Nature has been very generous again this year. Last year it was in the 40s around 10 a.m. when our plungers hit the water, and it'll be about the same, if not higher, this year. So as soon as the ice is out of the way, the water will be ready, and we'll have our plungers put on their suits or whatever their clothing attire choice is for the plunge, and 1, 2, 3, and they go.
Melissa, how many plungers do we have this year?
So this year we have 55 registered plungers and people from all walks of life. We have parents, so moms and dads. We have grandparents. We have community members. We have people from, the teachers. We have administrators. We have school committee members. Board of Selectmen will be here. We have people from different sports organizations that sent in people as part of their sponsorship. And we also have people who have contacted me, who signed up, who actually grew up here in town, spent their summers here at the Cove, and just wanted to give back to their community in a way that's very unique and sort of brought back some memories from them. Obviously, the ice wasn't here when they were little, but they wanted to come back and see the Cove again. So we're really grateful for everybody that is going to participate.
Well, as you can see, Melissa, this is one of the best community events. It raises community awareness. Yeah. Last year, I believe that you raised right around $14,000.
$12,000. We raised $12,000 last year, which was fantastic. This year, I haven't checked my phone since I got here this morning at 6:45, but when I left the house, we were just above 10,000. So it's a great way to bring the community together. It's fun. People enjoy it. The spectators enjoy it. I think the plungers actually like it. Once they're done, I think the plungers realize how easy it is, and it raises a significant amount of money that goes to enrichment programs for our students. So
now, what's the deal? You volunteered your husband to go in, but you're not going in with us this year?
So I am not going in. I will be emceeing the event, making sure, keeping the oversight and watching everybody go in safely and make sure everything goes smoothly. My husband was actually the one who inspired the idea. He works at Gillette, has for about 18 seasons for the Patriots, and has always wanted to do a polar plunge, but it has never worked because our Patriots have always been in the playoffs. So I said, I think that's something our town would embrace. I bet we could do it at Cranberry Cove. So after talking to Highway and Fire and Police, it was definitely doable, and obviously now it's a reality, and this is the second year, so we're thrilled. We're thrilled that we're here again, and everybody who's participating will be here, and all of the the people that come out from all walks of life to see it. So it'll be great.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for 2020 Polar Plunge here at Cranberry Cove, brought to you by Whitman Hanson Community Access. I'm here with the chairperson of the Hanson Board of Selectmen, Laura Kemet. Laura, what made you come out on this freezing cold day, freezing for a reason and jumping in the water? I know we're nuts, but...
Well, the lobotomy was successful, Bob, and so I forgot what it was like last year. No, seriously, I'm all about the kids, and done a lot of fundraising for the kids, and I really love the energy, the community spirit behind this, and the fact that it goes to the PTO. So it's like a win-win-win.
Well, as you can see, we had 58 contestants here today. from all different walks of life, whether it's someone from the Board of Selectmen, or whether it's school administration, or whether it was school committee members, or just community members. It's a fabulous event. There's going to be a third annual because it is very successful. We want to thank the Hansen Pto and all of the volunteers. And we want to thank everyone who came to today's event. It was very successful. So, stay tuned for next year's third Polar Plunge at Cranberry Cove here in Hanson.
Thanks, Carol. We now have a look at the Good Neighbor thrift store at the Whitman United Methodist Church in this story filed by WHCA's Paul Watson.
This is the Whitman United Methodist Church on South Ave. Housed here is a ministry of helps to the community known as the Good Neighbor Thrift Shop. Inside you can find a lot of goods, ranging from clothing to small appliances to decorative glassware. I recently talked to volunteer Paul Moss to find out about the history and the reasons behind why this thrift shop is located here. Well, Paul, this Good Neighbor Thrift Shop, how long has it been here in the
golly,
church?
I believe it's close to 10 years. I wasn't in on the initial start of it. I came in, I kind of got involved because they were needing some carpentry work done, and I offered to help them out that way. And I just ended up getting involved, and I've stayed involved since. And it's a team effort, and I'm part of the team. There's probably at least half a dozen people that are involved with it from within the church. And it's just one of those things that it's grown. We've started out up on the what we call the stage, which is the upper area behind me.
Where all the children's clothes and the books and stuff
Exactly,
are.
Yep, and the glassware. And then it was an offshoot of a Christmas fair that we used to do here at the church in this hall, obviously at Christmas time. And then the church always had what they called a white elephant table, which is basically odds and ends of things that people donate to be sold.
Yeah, called jumble sales, rummage sales,
all
white elephant
kinds of
sales,
names.
you know,
Yep, yeah. But the offshoot of that was that, gee, we've got enough stuff, for lack of a better word, that why don't we see if we can do a sale or sell these things periodically throughout the year and see if we can make it work. We want to be known as a church that's active within the community, and we feel that we can provide a service to the community as a whole, but maybe there are people out there within the community that don't necessarily have the economic means to buy top-end equipment, clothing, whatever. So we take in what we can. Some of it doesn't stay, it goes. We pass it along to various charitable organizations or to Salvation Army, which happens to be one of them. But things that we do keep, and we get items from brand new out-of-the-box type stuff down to gently used hand-me-downs, and from toddlers to senior citizens. One of the things that we take pride in is the fact that we have quite an eclectic variety of items, literally from floor to as high as we can stack it up. Why, we've got stuff put in places, and we try and stay as organized as we can, but it doesn't always work that well. A lot of it is based on what is given to us, and that's how it works. People donate. We have not the ability to sell like large pieces of furniture, or we don't want to deal with computer equipment necessarily. There are certain things that we can't deal with. We just don't have the ability to either store them or move them around or this type of thing. So, as you say, quite a variety of stuff.
You also help people in times of disaster, too.
That's correct. We have a standing invitation with the Whitman Fire Department, with the fire chief, that if the need arises, and it isn't, we haven't necessarily limited it to Whitman, but I've talked specifically with the chief and made him aware that if there should be the need with a family here in Whitman, that there was heaven forbid, a serious fire, and they needed something now, that he could reach out and we would open this area up, and they can come in and pick out whatever they need to, to supplement what they don't have because of a fire disaster. Or it could be a natural disaster of some kind too. Who knows? But we like to feel that we are open to serving the community as best we can, as in a Christian way. Yeah. The money that we raise helps our own Sunday school kids go to summer camp. We have some families that are not necessarily, extravagantly rich, that they can afford to send their kids to summer camp. So we help to support them to go to summer camp, which is, a big benefit for the kids. So we've been doing that for years. We have a group within the church that is an outreach program, reaching out to people, who are economically disadvantaged or challenged in other ways, and we help to repair their homes. We go down to a community, in fact it's Hollywood, South Carolina, which is just south of Charleston, and we go down there and spend a week helping the people, the citizens in that area, to stay in their homes and make their homes as solid and livable as we can do, because there's a need. I mean, there's obviously a need right here in Whitman, but this is one that we've been aware of for quite a number of years. In fact, I think it's going on probably close to 25 years that the church has been sending people to this particular group to help out. We may not be a big church, we may not be a rich church, but we do our best with what we have to get the Christian message out that we want to help and do what we can.
There are many very dedicated volunteers here, and I spoke to some of them who were working here that day.
It's very rewarding. I've been here, maybe 3 years since I retired. I was looking for something to do, and I found that I was, miss something from work, being with people and talking, and there's a lot of nice people that come in here, and it's also very nice to be able to help them when somebody comes in and needs something, and you can just find the right thing for them.
It's a good way to get me out of the house. It's a good social thing because we eat lunch together, I make friends, we talk to the customers. But it's also helping other people, because people that can't afford to buy a designer top can maybe get one here for a couple of dollars.
Just means that I'm surrounded with great people that do a lot for our community. Great church, great workers here.
Whitman UMC Pastor Crystal Gardner told me what this thrift shop means to her and to the church.
The Good Neighbor Thrift Shop means a lot to the church. It's one of our most thriving ministries. When I took over as pastor in July 1st of 2011, I first came in contact with the thrift store, and since the thrift store has been there, we've had several members join the church just by coming through the thrift shop. And the thrift shop is valuable because it's affordable clothing and housewares for everybody in the community that can afford them, and if you can't afford them, then we allow you to have it for free.
Can you tell me, what has this meant to the people who are already in the church as an outreach ministry?
It means a lot because we take great pride in our Good Neighbor Thrift Store. We have volunteers who participate in running the store and cleaning the store and providing the necessary clothing and donation tables. So it's a ministry that everyone in the church has a part in and do a part to make it worthwhile in the community. And it makes us smile when we see someone come in the community who may not have a lot or is looking for a bargain, and they come here and they can find what they need at an affordable price. And I make it my point to be in the thrift store to greet everybody on Saturdays, especially when I'm here. So welcome them to the church, and welcome them not only to the thrift store but to the church, and know that they are always welcome here, and that whatever they need, we'll provide it. If it's clothing, we got it. If it's prayer, we have it. If it's shoes, we have it. If it's purses, we have it. If we have the unconditional love of Jesus Christ, we have it and show it through our thrift store, because Jesus said, clothe the naked, and that's what we are doing here.
The Good Neighbor Thrift Shop is open Mondays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 6 to 8 p.m., and the second and fourth Saturdays of the month from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm Paul Watson, Whitman Hansen Community News.
Thanks, Paul. And finally, Carol Brewster brings us one last story from the Hanson Public Library, where some new services are being introduced, providing educational enrichment opportunities for young people.
On February 8th, the Hanson Public Library held a memorial plaque dedication for Ellen Johnson Gustafson. Many of her family members were there to help celebrate the occasion.
Good morning. I'm Karen Stolfer, the Library Director, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Ellen Johnson Gustafson Memorial Plaque dedication. I would like to thank Ellen's brother, Arnold Johnson, and his wife, Deborah, for their generous donation to the Hanson Public Library in her memory. Ellen was a strong supporter of education, and we're pleased that Arnold and Deborah chose to carry on Ellen's passion by providing the children of Hanson the opportunity for educational enrichment through the library. Their donation has made possible the purchase of a makerspace cart, which you see there, and an activity cube to enhance children's services. The makerspace cart is being used in our children's programming, including at an event held yesterday. It's been a great way for us to offer STEM programming and encourage children to use their imagination to create something. The activity cube also has been a wonderful addition to the children's room and has been particularly popular with our Storytime participants. This year, the library will be considering ways to use remaining funds to further enrich children's services. In appreciation of the Johnsons' gift, we dedicate this memorial plaque in memory of Ellen and look forward to seeing our youngest patrons benefit for many years to come. Thank you. I believe Linda Wall, president of our foundation, would like to say something? No. Use my mic.
Good morning. I also would like to extend a warm welcome to the Hanson Public Library to you. And on behalf of the Board of Library Trustees and the Hanson Public Library Foundation, thank you for attending this dedication and reception. Our library is honored to be the recipient of Arnie and Deborah Johnson's generous gift in memory of Ellen Johnson Gustafson. At one of our Board of Library Trustee meetings in the spring, Arnold shared his sister's love of children and his interest in making a donation in memory of Ellen for use in our children's room. After some research, Karen, our library director, and the library trustees suggested the purchase of the activity cube here in the makerspace cart. Arnold and Deborah embraced these ideas. When the cube was first brought into the children's room, the children's faces lit up with excitement. The activity cube was an instant hit. The makerspace cart was purchased for children of ages approximately 7 to 10 years of age. The mobile cart holds a wide variety of materials for children to creatively invent and discover while utilizing their science, technology, engineering, and mathematics skills. These gifts will bring joy to many children and have a positive impact on the children of our community for many years. Thank you very much for your donation in memory of Ellen.
Thank you. And I believe Arnold would also like to say a few words.
So I'd just like to thank everyone for coming up. I'd like to thank Karen and the trustees for allowing Deb and I to make this gift to remember Ellen and to help the children of Hanson. We grew up in this town. We had a great foundation through family and friends and education system here. And so hopefully in a number of years from now, some of these kids will be here helping with a new library and a dedication. A little bit about Ellen, for those of you few here that don't know her. She was 4'11" and a half, and she wouldn't let you forget the half. That was extremely important to her. She was a ball of energy. She could light up any room that she walked into. She was very well organized. She was the planner of the family, meticulous in detail. She was also the fun aunt. She would, the kids were here today, she would be mingling with the kids and not listening to all of us talk. She was outgoing, outspoken. You knew her opinion on things right away. The thing there. A lot of things that were important to her were family, friends, kids, and education. So today she's given us the pick day of the week for weather. She's allowed all of us family and friends to come together here. far away, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island. She was the type of person that remembered everyone's birthday, special occasions, send care packages to the nieces and nephews in college. She even made handmade cards and gifts. And the biggest thing about her was that she always put everyone and everything ahead of her. And so again, thank you all for coming, and we look forward to the future of the library. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'd like to welcome everybody for some refreshments. If anybody has any questions about the things that we purchased, please let me know too. So enjoy. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carol, and thanks to all of you, our viewers, for tuning in to another episode of Whitman Hansen Community News. If you have something you'd like to see featured on our program, send us an email at news@whca.tv or give us a call at 781-447-4175. From all of us here at WHCA, thanks for watching.